What's up everyone? Today I wanted to start a series I'm calling Micro Lessons. These will be really short videos with super practical information. For almost all my film classes, the first camera they learn to use is DJI's Osmo Pocket camera. This camera is super small, features a gimbal to stabilize footage, and can even pair with an app for filming and editing. I'm sure this comes as no surprise, but this video is not sponsored. I'm just a fan of these cameras. Today we'll take a look at how to use the camera without the app, and then soon I'll be posting a tutorial with the app. If you already have an Osmo Pocket, take it out and follow along with me. Let's jump into it. For starters, the camera comes with a case that should be used at all times when you aren't filming. You just open it up like this, slide it out, and then turn it on by holding down the black button. The gimbal will wake up, which is actually pretty satisfying to watch. And if you're already in video mode, all you have to do is hit the red button to record and then hit it again to stop. It's that easy. 90% of the time, this is all you need to know how to do. All right, cool. So, end of lesson. All right, just kidding. Let's take a look at some of the functions you'll use that other 10% of the time. The biggest issue we have with these cameras is accidentally taking a photo when you want to take video. If you press the black button once, it toggles between photo and video modes. It's really easy to do this on accident, so look at the little icon in the top left corner to check if you're in photo or video mode. You can also press that black button 3 times to switch to selfie mode, which is really convenient for vlogging or getting shots of yourself for montages. And then when you want to face forward again, just tap that black button 3 more times. So we've pressed that once, we've pressed it 3 times. What about twice? Pressing the black button twice will recenter the gimbal. This is mostly applicable for when you've moved the gimbal and want to return it to center. So, how do you move the gimbal in the first place? On the right side of the screen, there is a little slider you can move up or down to tilt the gimbal. It is speed sensitive, so toy around with it to get your shot just right. If you're using the app, you can move the gimbal in more complicated ways, but without the app, you're stuck with just tilting. Once you're done, press that black button 2 times and your gimbal will recenter for your next shot. In addition to the buttons and the tilt slider, the screen is a touch screen and has a ton of options you can switch between. These can get fairly technical, so I'm not going to get into all of those features, but I'll touch on some of the most common things. If you want to know more about using these on-screen menus, let me know in the comments and I might make a video just on that. Anyway, let's get into it. If you want to review your footage, swipe to the right. That'll pull up the most recent clip, and you just tap to play it. If you swipe to the right again, it pulls up a menu to favorite your clip or delete it. Swipe left to get back to your footage. From there, you can swipe up or down to review the other clips, or swipe right to go back into camera mode. If you're back to the camera, swiping left will bring up a menu of different modes you can shoot in. The modes are photo, video, slow-mo, time-lapse, and pano for panoramic photos. I'm definitely going to film some separate videos for some of those modes. You can tap any mode to switch to it, or swipe left again to see if that mode has any additional options to choose between. Let's go back to the main screen in video mode. If you swipe up, you'll get a menu to recenter the gimbal, flip into selfie mode, adjust the follow speed for face tracking, or toggle between some options for locking the tilt. One of the reasons you might want to adjust those tilt settings is that if you turn the camera sideways enough, eventually it will jolt into vertical mode. This vertical mode is great if you know you want to film something for an Instagram story or TikTok. But again, that's a whole nother topic. Swipe down to exit this menu. Swipe down and you get the most complicated menu. If you're ready for that, you can swipe left and right to see the miscellaneous settings and tap to see what settings you can change. There is one feature I'd like to point out though. The third setting in the lineup is about the screen you're looking at. As you may have noticed, it's square, not rectangular like you shoot video in. I believe the default in these cameras is that when you're filming, it'll give you a full screen view, and this is only the center portion of your shot. The camera is filming a little extra to the right and left, but not showing you that on the screen. It's a small screen to start with, so I understand why you might want this mode, but I definitely prefer to preview my whole shot so I can frame up with the rule of thirds and not have any surprises when it's time to edit. To change this setting, just tap to toggle between the 2 modes. Swipe up to exit this menu. Alright, that's all I'm going to cover today. So let's hold down that black button to turn the camera off and put it back in its case. The gimbal goes to sleep pointed the way that it goes into the case. The case is also shaped so that the gimbal goes into the larger section with the lens pointed in. The phone attachment should always be pointed in as well and fits nicely in where the case closes. So, this may have been way more information than you needed, it may have been way less than you needed. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else you'd like to know. I like to end all my videos with an assignment. If you already have an Osmo Pocket, get out there and film something. Try out a couple different modes and go create. It doesn't matter if it's perfect, it only matters that you start.